Recently, I was listening a lecture in TED about the artificial intelligence and where it's headed. The power of artificial intelligence, the AI as it is more popular term and most prevalent way used today. And she talks about describing the way artificial intelligence have been portrayed in the movies like Terminators or Matrix, and the one in reality which has been achieved so far. So artificial intelligence is somewhat like, it can be a physical term, it can be a bot. Bot is the software form of artificial intelligence where you command it to achieve some task. Now it has got some independence, degree of freedom is there. He can use those free degree of freedoms in the command you give to him about achieving the task. But the problem is sometimes the task that you give it, it completes it somehow, but the basic fundamental way of guiding it throughout the process is missing. Like she gives the example of, there is a robot and you give it a task of going from A to B. Now the general understanding to a boy who is yet to learn the walking, when you ask him to move from A to B, what he'll do is try moving and trudging along the path, and maybe he'll walk in a limp manner, but he'll reach on his foot to that path. Now the same command was when given to artificial intelligence machine. What it did was it started building up itself, getting taller and taller, and it let itself drop down to that position. Technically it did what it was asked to, but it didn't make any sense. It just fell over to the place B, starting from A. It tumbled down itself and rearranged all its components, but there was this anomaly in achieving what it could do. She says, what we believe is that the more we get into the artificial intelligence, one day it starts getting more and more intelligent, and as it gains knowledge and perceives human as something that is actually putting up the hurdles to its growth, may become rebellious and start killing us. But in reality, artificial intelligence right now is no more capable of thinking like an earthworm or a small insect. That is what its best it is. She also cites the example of coming up with different flavors of ice cream to the artificial intelligence, and the term it came up with was so much detestable that you wouldn't like to eat. What went wrong? Probably didn't knew what was the limits and what flavors was actually edible. It's possible with humans because they know what is edible, but artificial intelligence, it was just doing the permutation and combination, and it provided the data in then which it was commanded to do so, but in reality it didn't achieve much. Similar, she explained what happened wrong in the Tesla. The Tesla automatic car, there was an incident, the person was sitting behind and a truck came and just head-on collision was there, and then the scientists, the developers started to gauge the reasons behind it, what it could possibly be happening behind it, because there was so much of complicated algorithm. Now the first thing was, it was designed to run only on highways, but as it started, it was running through the street and they are crossing on the street, and Tesla was never being able to program it according to the street. So what happened was, when the truck came horizontally crossing its path, most probably the image was there in that program that a truck is crossing. It can recognize the truck, but most probably, since it is supposed to be running on highways and there's no crossing on the highways, it took the truck as some road signal which it needed to something to follow, but it didn't make any sense to it, and then I just stopped and crashed right into it. I don't know what happened to it. This was the problem. Though it is able to achieve the targets, there is a lot more to be developed, as we can see the more reliable artificial intelligence that may come in the future. So it's just the starting, but you never know. What today seems impossible, it start making sense tomorrow. So that is all from my side today. There you go. Bye. Take care.